Good afternoon. Today's date is 7/23/2024. I felt the urging from the Lord Ayah to do this video today, especially after the realization that He gave me the last several days. And it's a timely message that we need to be reminded of, because we know time is short. We know we're in the last of the last days. I heard one particular person say, we're at 11:59, getting ready to hit midnight. We're that close. And it's not going to get any better. As you look at what's going on now, today, in this country and abroad, it's not going to get any better. And even the Bible speaks of it, that it won't get better. It'll just continue to get worse until He comes back for His bride, which that's us. As many of you know, for the last 3 years, I have followed a ministry that has taught me that God's true name is Ayah, and that His Son Jesus is Ayasu bar Ayah, son of Ayah. I have done my research. I have followed this through thick and thin, and it has never wavered. And now that we are getting close to the end, we need to be coming together in one pure language on that day in Zion, saying this name, these names, in the pure language, so that we are taken up. And last week, my friend and I were talking on the phone. We were talking about the pure language, that there's more to it, and he even speaks of it. He even uses the words. And he broke them down for me so that I could understand them. Broke them down into syllables and everything else, because I said, I want to be more proficient in that, knowing that the time is close. And I wanted to be able to know on that day, saying those words, the pure language, that it would be there. And I would get practice at it. Because one of the things, and so we broke it down, and then one of the things that Ayah pointed out to me Sunday during worship in our church was, he gave me a picture of what it was going to be like us going up. And he was basically telling me not to look to the right or to the left or behind to see who's going when we hear that trumpet, when we hear that noise, because as humans we would want to see, oh, who's going up, yay. We don't want to see who's left behind, because we don't want to be like Lot's wife. What happened to Lot's wife when she took her eyes off of it and she looked back? I don't want to be that way. He pointed out to me that we need to look at the finish line. We need to be looking up like the Bible says. And who's at that finish line? Ayasu. So that He can take us to the Father Ayah. So we don't need to worry about who's going, because we might be surprised who's going and who stays behind. And who wants to look back to say, oh, that would get us out of that pure language. That would turn us into Lot's wife. And I don't want to be that way. I've traveled too far and too long and went through so much not to make it because of that one human nature that we have. And I'm going to tag him in this video, his channel, so that you can go and check it out. We need to come together as one. We need to be as one, not two, not different bodies, not anything. And then as my preacher got up to talk Sunday after that, Ayah was still speaking to me about the picture and writing stuff down. And for the last several weeks we've been talking about Ayasu in the book of John. Last week it happened to be the woman at the well, or a couple of weeks ago, whatever it was. And then this week he was talking about Mary pouring out the perfume on his feet and how that was an act of worship. Well, isn't us coming together as one in that pure language worship. That's what we need to be doing that day. Do you want to be like Lot's wife? Every chance I get in church, in my prayer language, when I'm talking to the Father, I try to use Ayah and I try to use Ayasu, and I'm going to start using the pure language, the other words that I've learned. And I want you to join me. Again, like I said, I will tag him in this. Blessings to you. I just don't want to see anyone left up, and help us to get this message out. And the only way too is, if there's any way that you can contribute to this too, to help my friend get this word out, to share with others, to put people over to his pages so that the words can get out, so that we can be ready, because we are that short on time. Blessings, again, blessings and blessings and blessings. And just keep remembering this. Look up, don't be like Lot's wife. And who will join me in this? Thank you.